What's going on today, everybody? In this video, we're going to be installing the Velossa Tech Big Mouth ram air intake on my 2013 Hyundai Elantra GT. Now, this intake is a true ram air intake, which means it's optimized for dynamic pressure recovery. Now, this means at highway speeds, this will reduce the vacuum work on the engine, netting you better throttle response, better gas mileage, and a potential increase in power. Now, what I like about this kit is it's 3D printed right here in the United States, comes with all the assembly hardware, and comes in a ton of different colors. So make sure you guys head on over to Velossa Tech's website to check out this intake for your car. Don't forget to use JustinK10 for 10% off the entire website and see if they got a kit for your car. Now, even if they don't have an intake for your car, chances are they're working on it, so be patient. Contact them if you guys are interested in purchasing one for your car, and maybe they can make it happen. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and install this intake on the Elantra GT. Now, like I said, I went with this blue because I wanted to match the Illusion light blue on my wheels, and as you can see, it's not a perfect match, but it's probably as close as I was going to get with their colors, and I'm happy with the match. So hopefully this will add a little blue accent around the entire car, and will tie onto the interior as well with the Velossa Turbo seats. So like I said, this entire kit comes with the bracket needed to mount it, the hardware needed to mount it, and everything. So basically all you need is basic tools and to remove the bumper from your car. Now, the installation instructions can be found on their website in the listing, so make sure you guys choose the correct listing, and they should have the installation instructions available for your car. Now, I've never taken the front bumper off of the Elantra GT, so bear with me, but I believe I found all the clips. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as well as 6 of those clips on the underside, 3 on each side right about here. And then there's going to be one of these screws under the fender area right here underneath the headlight on either side, and I believe that's all it takes, as well as some clips right in this area to get the bumper off. Correct with all those bolts. There's going to be 6 of those push pins up top, 6 of them below about this area on each side of the bumper, 3 on each side, and then 1 screw on each fender area, which is an 8mm. Now, right as I took the bumper off, you want to be careful because the fog light wiring is very tight. It allows you pretty much this much room before it gets caught up. So you want to disconnect that, and then you can remove the bumper. Or pretty much this is all the room you need, so you can just leave the bumper like this if you're able to, because this is about the area you're going to be accessing. Okay, so once you guys have dropped the bumper and gained access to this area, this is where the install is going to happen. This is the OEM, I guess it's like similar thing, a ram air intake that forces its way into the stock air box. But this is basically the same area you're going to be utilizing. So the first step is to get that stock piece off, which I already know how to do. Take these 2 push pins out, which require pushing down the center of them. Now the next step is a 10mm bolt on either side of this scoop to pull this out. And it should slide out the back just like that. So the next step says to slide the snorkel in. It should sit by its own weight using no hardware. Then it shows you directions for the bracket using the included spacer, a bolt, and a washer to assemble the bracket that holds the snorkel in. For this next step, you want to use a washer and the longer of the 2 silver bolts and the spacer goes on the end bolt just like this. And then these other two should go on this side because there's no spacer here. Now once you get the bolts and the holes and everything, a big disclaimer here, do not tighten everything down. The little screws, which are the black ones in the kit, should be a little resistance, meaning the insert. Once the screw has met the insert, do not tighten all the way. And it says insert at an angle right here. So the key with this step is to basically thread those two black bolts into these holes on the snorkel right here. So one side's in, do the same to the other side. Okay, so everything is now firmly attached. I believe that's what they mean by firmly attached. You don't want to over tighten this stuff because it could harm the plastic, crack it, damage it, and so it's not as tight as it should be. But basically on this side I had to loosen up the silver mounting bolt in the washer, specifically because the washer was hitting the black screw head. So I just loosened it up a little more than it was already loosened, moved the washer out of the way, then kept threading the little black bolt into this, and everything snugged up nicely. Then I just retightened that silver bolt down. This side I didn't have any issues with at all. And basically that is all there is to it. Now we just got to reassemble everything and put this piece back on, and we should be good to go. So you're going to insert the plastic piece on top of the intake back on. You want to make sure both these pins are popped because when you push them down, it locks it into place. So you want to make sure everything's firm and in the hole, and then push this pin down on top just like that. Everything is now firm and back together. And then once you go from here, you basically just want to reassemble the front end at the bumper and everything, and you're good to go. Alright, so now let's put everything back together. Now don't forget to reattach your fog light wires if you did take those off. So a good time to do that is put the bumper back on the car, and then you have enough room to reach up and do it from below. So as you can see, the bumper and everything is back on the car. Took me quite a while longer than it normally would because of, you know, filming. I swear everything takes at least 2 times as long as not filming it. But basically, shouldn't take much more than an hour, to be honest, if you're not filming or messing around or doing anything like that. Even a first timer, I would say an hour is roughly what you're looking at for install time. Now, if you know how to get the bumper off quick and everything like that, this could be a 20-minute install for you for sure. But I would plan about an hour to do this installation. It's really not hard. It's just tedious taking off all those stupid plastic clips that Hyundai gives you, taking off the bumper, everything like that. But I would say an hour is a good bet for installation time. Now here's a quick look of the scoop behind the grille. I know it's a little dark in here so you guys can't see too well, but right about there, you guys can see how it lines up in the 13 and 14 grille. Now one thing I forgot to mention earlier in this video is there's 2 grille types for the Elantra GT here in the US. This is the 13 through 15 style grille that I have, and there was a revised grille in 16 and 17. I gave you the straight horizontal bars, more in line with their design theme at the time. But basically you want to select the correct grille type when you go to buy this intake for your Elantra GT, as there are 2 types of grilles and the intake is not designed the same depending on what grill you have. So make sure at checkout you guys click the correct grill type. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of the Velossa Tech Big Mouth install on the 2013 Hyundai Elantra GT. Now make sure if you guys are interested in buying this intake to use the coupon code JustinK10 to save you guys 10% off any intake on their website. Now this install is good for the 2013 through 2017 model years. Just make sure you guys select the correct grill type at checkout because there's two style grills here in the United States. And one last thing, I want to give a huge shout out to Velossa Tech themselves and Dan over there for hooking me up with this intake so I could show you guys how to install it on the car. I really appreciate it. And with all that being said, like this video if you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.